Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge von Let's Play Skyrim Legendary Edition. Und ja, wir müssen weiter. Und zwar weiß ich gar nicht mehr, wo wir waren. Finde die Düsterklinge. Ah ja, okay. Weil letzte Aufnahmesession ist länger her. Was? Macht er ja mehr Schaden als mein Vulkan? Macht er nicht. Ja gut, er hat noch Brandschaden. Oh, ich habe 2 von 3 makellose Amethyste schon. So, da muss ich durch diese Türe schreiten. Gold hat er noch. Ja, geht auch immer. Mit Zinscherleft. Weiter in der mit Zinscherleft. Da Grenon ist da noch. Ich glaube, ich weiß, dass das ein Angreifer ist. Und das ist ja anscheinend der letzte Raum. Das ist schon mal gut. Ja. Das war mir jetzt klar. Hallo? Zum Glück greift er erst ihn an. Das ist ja nicht anscheinend immer so, dass einer Aggro gemacht wird. Kann ich mal kurz. Das ist. Ach du Kacke. Tollkirschenextrakt. Achso, ich mache Ausdauerschaden. Hahaha. So, das ist jetzt gerade blöd. Huch. Ei. Was? So schnell? Puh. Ist natürlich blöd. Okay. Ja, schnell zwischenspeichern. Angriff abwarten. Höhenvorteil einnehmen. Die Umgebung kennen. Vielleicht noch vorher ein Licht machen. Ach, falsche Taste. Falscher Zauber. So. Dann von hinten angreifen. Oh, Wasch. Okay. Das ist natürlich schon hardcore. Der trifft uns hier natürlich auch nicht. Das ist super schön. Düsterklinge nehmen wir mit. Öffne Tür. Können wir auch machen. Aber ich will vorher noch das Ding da zerstören. Okay, es ist so eine Art Zwischenboss, aber macht ja nix. Wie heißt der denn überhaupt? Wow. Zwergenzenturiokämpfer. Ja. Okay, das ist ein Instant-Tod. Der Vorteil ist halt, dass ich den Bethesda nutzen kann. So. Mach ihn Aggro, mach ihn Aggro. Oh Gott, falle runter, falle runter. Ja, zum Glück kann der nicht sterben. Ich rutsche unterdessen kurz meine Heilung. Laufbahn ist vorbei. Und nutze... Oh, hat er gerade... Ah, perfekt. Schachzug. Das Schöne ist jeder besiegte Gegner vielleicht so eine Art Erfolgserlebnis dann bringt. Mächtiger Seelenstein, guck mal, das hat sich doch gelohnt. Marmorkerne, Zwergenöle. Noch, aber ich glaube, dabei hat man ganz viele. Jo. Perfekt. Ich finde, ist auf die schweren Schwierigkeitsstufen stellt sich dann eher so eine Art Bosskampf Charakter ein. Das finde ich gut. Wenn man da ein größeres Erfolgserlebnis hat. Durchsuche die Kommode. Okay, da ist nichts Besonderes. Da will ich hin. Ich habe bestimmt einen Schalter. Ah, okay. Das schien jetzt nicht so schwer zu sein. Zwangsschild und der orkische Bogen des Donnerkeils, Gold, sowieso ein Centuriokern, Stab der Raserei. Oh. Ich trage nicht zu viel. Okay. Löffel. Ja, natürlich ein Löffel. Was haben wir hier? Ein Tor. Aktiviere einen Zwergenmechanismus. Okay. Dir fehlt der notwendige Gegenstand. Natürlich fehlt mir der notwendige Gegenstand. Da Himmelsraum. Ach, dann ist das dieser Turm. Ja. Ja, bis keine andere mehr aktiv ist, klar. Das wird in Skyrim auch passieren. Auf jeden Fall. Davon gehe ich aus. Guck dir das an, das ist Nacht. Und das ist so wunderbar mit dem neuen Mod. So wunderbar, wunderschön. Kann mir ja keiner mehr erzählen, das ist doch echt wunderschön. Was haben wir hier? Kaiserliche Soldaten suchen die jemanden. Scheint nicht so. So wunderschön. Wen haben wir da hinten? Normale Reisende wahrscheinlich, ne?
Die Rebellen vergessen gern, dass es das Kaiserreich ist, das den Bund von Himmelsrand fernhält.
Ah, okay. Den alten Ehrebund. Oh, und da ist ein Gegner. Ein Assassiner. Okay. Warum ist hier ein Assassiner unterwegs? Das ist die Frage. Oh. Wo ist er? Ach, hier. Aha. Aha. Gold. Notiz der Assassin der dunklen Bruderschaft. Okay. Die möchte ich erstmal lesen. Ja. Wie befohlen, sollte Mr.wanwaLP jeden Preis umbringen? Was? Das schwarze Sakrament wurde vollzogen. Jemand möchte diese arme Person tot sehen. Wir haben bereits eine Bezahlung für den Auftrag erhalten. Ein Misserfolg kommt nicht in Frage. Was? Was? Wieso will man mich tot sehen? Bitte nicht. So. Kehre zum Jodel zurück. Ja, Griffdorn, das mache ich gerne. Die Düsterklinge haben wir jetzt. So. Was passiert jetzt? Das sind bestimmt Reisende. Ne, Abenteurer. Nah dran. Wer ist das? Abenteurer. Wer ist das? Reisender.
Wollt ihr etwas von mir?
Eine Wache. Ein Hund.
Ja.
Oh. Doc.
Traveler, are you by any chance in need of a companion?
Ich habe einen Kompagnon. I would be honored to have you. Sorry, try someone else. I am in need of a capable mage and even more capable cook. I want a companion or white or lifeline. No. Das wäre meine Lehre.
No, you dunce. I was not referring to myself. I was referring to the dog.
Oh, the dog? No thanks. Fine, come dog, I will teach you to fetch things you never dreamed possible. The dog is a good boy, and you are a bad egg for despising it.
That would not be wise considering this dog's pedigree. It is no doubt the latest in a great line of imbeciles with more urine than sense.
Really? I can't even fetch things.
If you ask it to fetch, it will likely fetch you a hive of bees. Or perhaps an angry Spriggan who does not approve of having his leg marked as canine territory. Although, far be it from me to dissuade you. I'm sure you will have considerable success teaching it to fetch your slippers in the morning. However, you may have difficulty teaching it not to soil them first.
Does the dog have a name?
How should I know? It doesn't seem to respond to imbecile, and I cannot think of a more appropriate name. As a result, I have simply resorted to calling it Dog.
Ein Hund nennen finde ich langweilig. You could always give him a name. Something not like Dog, Wir. Animals don't require names. After all, they are animals. Stupid animals. Loyalty is the worst thing in this world. You should learn to appreciate it. Ich hoffe, es ist noch nett.
You sound like a Dory. She suggested we name it Bark Renzi or something similarly childish. At least Avruza offered a male name. She suggested we name the fowl Matsundarion. Avruza must have despised this alchemist a great deal to leave his legacy in the mouth of this slobbering beast.
Where did you find this dog?
I did not find the cretin. Our meeting was a small misunderstanding, and a rather large case of misfortune.
What do you mean by that? Was meinst du damit?
As you may know, the price of troll fat has dropped precipitously ever since the publishing of Finn's Guide to Troll Slaying. As someone who owns a considerable stash of the substance, it's in my best interest to make the item scarce. I had just chased a particularly obnoxious troll back to its den, in hopes of eradicating the pack. Only the trolls made no attempt to acknowledge my presence.
How come?
They were much too busy cornering a mangy dog, and the small army of fleas it held in its garrison. Even more curious was how the dog bared its fangs as if it meant to fight. It was far better off trying to annoy its assailants to death. It is a tactic that has nearly felled me on more than one occasion. I suspect the mongrel is trying to kill me by having me commit suicide.
Aha, wo kommst du her? Where are you from?
My ancestors hail from Vivek City. When the Red Mountains spoke for the first time in ages, nearly all of Vardenfell fled west to Skyrim. My mother migrated here with Avruza, and once worked in the very farm I now reside in.
What was your mother like? Wie war deine Mutter?
Like Avruza's sister, my mother was a free spirit. She left the farm to live as a vagabond, traveling across Skyrim in search of adventure. And that's how she met my father, a mage from the College of Winterhold. I never knew his name. It matters not if he has one. As far as I'm concerned, the only name he will ever have is that of a vile dog.
The dog doesn't seem to want to part from your company.
Yes, it fails to grasp the fact that I wish to murder it. It thinks me kind and benevolent, when all my actions speak to the contrary. I suppose Tamriel would be a better place if we could all be the type of mortals the dogs think we are.
The dog must have at least one useful function.
The dog does serve as excellent troll bait. Or any bait for that matter. I cannot begin to fathom how many mortal enemies this beast has garnered in its travels throughout Tamriel.
That's it? Just troll bait?
Outside of that, the only quality the dog has that sets it apart from the others is the impossible amount of urine it holds in its bowels. The dog is a prodigy in this regard, and this trait does have potential when used as a weapon against haughty nobles. Unfortunately, he refuses to urinate on anyone but his master, a title that I would give my left ear and 3 of my toes to extricate myself from.
I myself would like to own that was. It is a sign of love. He is marking his territory to inform other dogs. Put the ear and the eyes on my crown paws tonight. The dog will go on by dawn. You should make more of an effort. Wir machen mal die verrückteste aller Funktionen.
You... what? Is that a joke or some sort of perversion? Be gone.
What is it?
You saved the dog's life. Now I understand why it's attached to you.
Its life was spared due to coincidence, an unfortunate side effect. At no point did I attempt to do it any favors. In fact, if I had to do it all over again, I might have spared the trolls and used all my remaining magicka on the dog. I'm sure the trolls would rip me apart and feed on my innards. But at least I would have died happy, as opposed to living miserably.
Aber es gibt doch sogar diesen Fetisch, wo Leute andere anpingeln wollen. Just admit it, you like the dog. In battle, one must slay their enemies before they slay you. An enemy has been slain. Sounds like a love-hate relationship.
Like the dog? I do not like fleas. I do not like unpleasant smells, having my face licked or loud barking in the middle of the night. Therefore, I do not see how you came to the conclusion that I would like the company of a flea-ridden, malodorous cacophony of fur such as this one.
What happened with your father?
I do not know. Yet his absence and my mother's silence on the matter tell me more than I wish to. There is a special place in the afterlife for those who abandon their wives and children. I take heart in the fact that my father and that infernal dog will eventually both be residents of that realm.
Tell me more about your father.
She was a capricious woman with a passion for life. Even in her latter years, she would talk as a Duri does now, of art and adventure and love. She told me Aruza was once the same, until tragedy and war toughened her resolve. Yet, while Aruza lived every day driven by a tragic past and uncertain future, my mother lived only in the present. What is tomorrow but future's past, she would say, and what is yesterday but ancient history?
Doesn't sound like any dark elf I know. She seemed to be cut from different clothes.
Indeed, she was a woman that hailed from another time, when whose devotion had no limit and whose heart belonged to all. Whereas Aruza and I are children of war and famine, and our hearts belong to no one.
That's all the question I have about your family. Do you plan on staying on Sereti Farm? Das weiß ich auch nicht.
For the time being. To be truthful, I was not sure if Aruza was willing to accept me into her home. She is a hard woman and a good farmer, and no doubt never forgave my mother for leaving her alone to till the fields and care for her ailing family. My arrival here reopened an old wound. It didn't help that I bear a striking resemblance to my mother.
Also manchmal stellt mein Charakter Fragen, auf die würde ich so nie kommen. How did Aruza react to your arrival?
I still remember
Slender
those
the
ghostly
arrival.
eyes turned crimson with fury as I walked up the path to the farm. If not for Aduri, who welcomed me like a sister, Aruza would have never deigned to hear my request. Yet deign she did, and when I told her how much I would pay for room and board, she quickly reversed her position. Now it is Aduri who resents me, as we are constantly compared, and her work ethic is the one which bears the most resemblance to my mother.
That's all the questions I have about your family.
Very well. And what of you, traveler? Where do you hail from?
Skyrim is my home now. I went as a land, but all of Tamriel is my home. I am but a lonely worm with no home, crawling around yearn for a ripe apple. Die Frage hat mich noch niemand gestellt, aber Skyrim ist mein Zuhause.
You may call it home, but I've seen dungeons that were more hospitable to outsiders. The Nords will welcome you with open arms and proceed to wrap them around your neck. In my estimation, they are nothing but bearded Thalmor.
Ja, okay, dann tschüss.
Goodbye.
Hallo Doc. Hallo.
Was wird gebraucht?
Nichts wird gebraucht. Ja, können wir einen Cut machen bis zur nächsten Folge und tschüss.